Good morning, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, I'd like to go over a quick overview of what's going on in the market. As we can see, XRP is up about 2.73% on the day. We've got Bitcoin right around 98,000. We've had the market rebound in a sense. I'm going to do this in a quick 10-minute fashion because I got to get my son to school and I'm a little bit behind today. But right now we see XRP is up about 2.55%. We have a $2 billion injection in capital that was printed by Tether Treasury over the weekend. And that should come into play likely this week. I talked about when it first happened, it takes about 24 to 48 hours to be injected, or maybe up to 72 hours. But we can see Tether Treasury mints $2 billion USDT on Ethereum. So that's something we're going to have to pay attention to. So please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. I would greatly appreciate it. By you hitting that like button, it allows my content to be pushed through YouTube, become part of the analytics, and we become part of the recommendations. And when you look at YouTube, you'll be able to see my content, even if you've never seen my channel before. So it would be a great gesture from you to hit that like button so we can push the content around. So good morning, 8:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, November 25th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So we'll focus on XRP here the best we can. So XRP right now was in this descending consolidation, descending triangle. It's back testing the descending triangle right now. And this could be a breakout attempt here, assuming we can hold $1.46 and then ultimately get over this. Well, I mean, we're basically there right now. So that descending channel took place. And we do have that little resistance over the top, but it's nothing major. It's just like a channel formed. Not a rising channel, just a channel. And with that descending triangle formed, those are bullish consolidations. So the fact that we held it, bottom of the zone at $1.27, bounced up to $1.46. We have short targets that'll be up near $1.70 if this plays out properly. And then ultimately we could go much higher, but $1.70 seems to be where that technical move is going to end up being. And on this descending consolidation, if we were to break up, we'd be looking at that $1.81 mark. So $1.81 would be the technical breakup. If it does break up and it holds this from this area and just above us in this little channel, you know, we've got this little resistance at about $1.52. And then once that breaks, it would be off to the races here if it does push up. With that injection of capital, I'd be a little surprised if the whole market doesn't have a little bit of a rally. But, you know, it's Monday morning. Ethereum's up 3.88% right now. So we'll see if that continues with Ethereum. We were watching it yesterday to see if this was on the bullish consolidation because it could have been like a bull flag or it could have broke down. If it broke out of there and it would have been like 3,092. But we were looking at the upward momentum. So we'll see if this can hold this and then ultimately break out of this consolidation. It looks like a bull flag that's playing out, but we won't know until the day finishes off here a little bit. So we'll see exactly how that plays out. With Bitcoin, it's down 139 points to 97,777. And the back test right now is 92,369. We broke down a little bit last night on a consolidation. We talked about how it looked like a bull flag, and as long as it held that 94,801 area, that we'd be okay. It actually came down pretty close. It came down within 1,000 points of it. So it reversed from 99,759 down to 95,828. Looks like it's bull flagging here. And if it holds this back test here, it looks like we could have a pretty impressive day here. And I know the next target's around 104 and 107. Ultimately, 122,000 would be off of that cup and handle from earlier in the year before we started to play out. So that's what we're looking at this morning, like from a deeper level with some of the other things in the market. But with XRP, still looking for it to break out of this descending consolidation. If we can hold this and not fall all the way back through for consolidation, which I think this week should be a pretty good week. Everything's showing these bullish consolidations, so we'll see if we in fact break out of these and then we start to go a little bit parabolic here to start the week. XRP, we definitely have some momentum building here, and we could definitely find ourselves in that $1.81 range if this descending consolidation breaks out bullish. If it breaks out down bearishly and we don't end up staying up in the zone, which I'd be a little surprised, you could come all the way back down to $1.24, the descending triangle, and then try to continue on there. And on Monday morning, you know, we get these, we had these little push up overnight. Now in this setup, we're going to have a little bit of consolidation here to see if we hold these consolidatory levels. And then we'll see how it plays out going through the morning. It's back to the ETFs are online. As far as for XRP, we'll see how big of a volatile burst we get. It's about 8 a.m., so these are the consolidatory time frames. But after the U.S. wakes up, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and everybody's at work, then it starts to shuffle out. So we'll just see how it goes here, back and forth, up and down, left and right. And we'll see exactly what the market makers have in store. So as some of you know, I was looking at Ethereum, so I took out that Ethereum 5X yesterday, right around 3,349. And I'm toned in to just let this ride out, see if it can break out of this consolidation and ultimately push up towards that close to $3,800 to $3,900 level. If Ethereum actually played out in this market with its long consolidation, it's probably the biggest consolidation out of anything that still hasn't had a major breakout. You're talking about, in best case scenarios, around 7,000. I'm looking at 4,000 area, but there are scenarios where if we do volatilely break out here, it could be interesting for Ethereum with that $2 billion being printed on the Ethereum network from the Tether Treasury. It always makes it interesting. So I'm trying to gain exposure there because I have all my spot positions outside. I don't have any Ethereum in spot. So I try to gain exposure through the 5X leverage market. Small amounts, though, $170 at 5X, $200 at 5X. The risk is less than $30 if it would have come through. And now I've got plenty of room underneath if it wants to consolidate up and down. And this is kind of a good position to be in. And then if we look at what XRP did on the back test, we had that $1.37. That was the cup and handle breakout. That's that cup and handle breakout target at $1.37, and we back tested it yesterday. That is very, very bullish. If we hold this now, we even came down to $1.28, almost came down and tested this breakout, which if we did it like this, I think I might have screwed it up a little bit yesterday, because if you look at this, we actually had that resistance, and had I just remeasured it for the highest tug up here, you could have said we actually back tested it at 127. So I say sometimes you have to look at your analysis, re-look at it, and continue to look at it. Yesterday I was a bit distracted, as some of you know, by my son when I was trying to do my work a couple times yesterday. We made it through most of it, but you know, he was a little sensitive yesterday, and I had to go back and forth. So some things I may have missed, and that's one thing that I can honestly say I definitely missed that yesterday. I definitely missed this, because if I would have just set it up like this, and that's the power of being distracted, if I would have just set it up like that, we could have seen that we actually properly back tested. If I would have went to the upper resistance on that 4-hour candle right before the breakout. So that is something why I always say, when you do technical analysis, you check and recheck, and you try not to do it from an emotional response. I got a little too emotional, and see, I missed it. So we'll see if this is the continuation now up. Likely we would have to back test maybe $1.37. I don't know, though. It'll be interesting this morning, because we have come all the way up. But a lot of times we do go level by level, you know, if we're going to do it. But it does look like we're kind of bull flagging out of some of these areas. But I'm going to be very interested to see, now that the ETFs are going to come back online, exactly how this is going to shake out this morning. So I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I'm going to leave it there because I got to get my son to school. If you appreciate what I do, please make sure to hit that like button. I know this is a little shorter update, but I'll be back this afternoon. If you're looking to trade XRP or your favorite crypto, just look in the video description below and our pinned comments, or just go to my homepage. You can come on here and you can join BITUNIX, which is my favorite because of the low spot fees and leverage trading fees. You don't need a KYC or VPN unless you send or receive from a bank account. HOTCOIN, I have my VELO and HBAR on there. Fantastic exchange, no VPN or KYC as well. A little bit higher on leverage fees unless you're sending from a bank account or receiving to a bank account. You wouldn't have to do the KYC. And then crypto.com is where I have my XLM, DGB, VChain, ZIL, my IOTX, and my VThor. So that's why I have crypto.com, and that's where I'm verified. And then if you want to send a donation, you can always do PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. I also have the Visa debit card through crypto.com so that I can make purchases right from my crypto account. So now we'll see what the market does this morning. We'll see what the market has to do this morning. It could be a volatile, or it could be a very, very beneficial morning. I think a little consolidation here to start. And we're just going to have to let it play out now. Have a blessed morning, everybody, and I appreciate the support.